and welcome everyone. It is the morning, as you can see. I am not dressed. Today we are going to be talking about a lovely beauty company called Tropic, and I recently became an ambassador for them, and I wanted to show you my morning regime, and this is what I look like when I get up. I have slept in this hairstyle, so I am a little bit fuzzy, but I thought, this is real life. This is what I look like in the morning, and I'm going to show these amazing products. My sister actually used them for a whole year first. She was then an ambassador. And of course, all of our Christmas presents and birthday presents was all Tropic. And I've never been a huge beauty person. A, I thought I couldn't be bothered. And B, I was just so worried with all the ingredients and the bad chemicals that were inside these products that say that they're meant to be sort of natural, whereas they might have one natural ingredient, and then I couldn't understand any of the other writing. And I got overwhelmed, I got stressed, and I just chucked everything out because, yeah, I was just really worried. I didn't really know what I was putting on my skin. I was just using coconut oil after that, and absolutely pretty much nothing else, until my sister gave me some of these products. And then I became slightly addicted. And the reason for that is because I was setting aside just 5 or 10 minutes every day for me. And it became more like a spa treatment. And it became something that I actually needed, because it was a slot of time that I could have for myself. And it was just wonderful. So sometimes I don't have a huge amount of time in the morning, so I might skip a few steps. But the main one that I really do love to do is the evening one, and I'll do another video as to what I put on my face for the evening, because there are a few different things to use. But I will start with where the company originated from. So this is actually a little bit of my setup that I take to fairs and festivals. So you can see here, you probably know of the TV programme The Apprentice. Well, Susie Ma decided to go on it. She didn't actually win, but after the show was finished, Lord Sugar actually still invested, because I think he really liked sort of the company and where it was going to go. So now, as you can see, she's done exceptionally well. What I liked about it was the fact that her story started at the Greenwich markets in London, and this was her very, very first product. And it was actually her grandma's recipe for a body scrub. And it was the one thing that I used right at the beginning, because I had a few breakouts on my back, and it was lumpy and it was sometimes spotty, and I was just really struggling to get it nice and smooth. And I was coming into summer, and I wanted to wear a lot of backless dresses, and I felt uncomfortable. So I started to use this, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. So from her very humble beginnings, just selling a few of these at Greenwich markets. So what Lord Sugar and Susie decided to do, instead of going into shops, because she is natural and she is now organic, they weren't products that could just stay in a warehouse for ages and then stay on a shop floor for ages. You know, they needed to be given to the customers as soon as possible. So that's when she decided, well, why don't we create ambassadors? They will go out into the world, tell people all about this lovely company, and then they can also make a little bit of money on the side as well. One thing for me though, I was like, is it an MLM, you know, like a pyramid scheme? And I looked at a few of the interviews, which I will put down below because it's very interesting, between Susie and this lady who investigates all these basically. And, you know, like, I think, what was the other one? I think Avon is sort of like a pyramid scheme as well. And I wanted to know where it differed. So we don't actually hold any stock, as in we don't hold stock to sell in bulk. These all here are products that we use. Susie wanted us to be able to use the products to see the difference in our skin, because then we know what to say to the customers. Oh, this one's a little bit for greasy skin or dry skin, or, you know. And I think some of the pyramid schemes are more like trying to get people on board, whereas at the festivals and fairs, for me, it's more just telling people about the product. And I say to them, if you want to be an ambassador, you could literally just get the 25% off and don't do anything else with it. Or if you'd like to, you can have a couple of parties have your friends round, talk about the products, and if they want to at a later date purchase anything online, then they absolutely can. If they want to purchase on the day, not a problem, but it still has to go through the website. So again, as I say, you don't actually hold any products. There's no like monthly fees. I know some of the other pyramid schemes, if you've been there a year, you have to pay another fee in order to carry on or something. This is just a one-off fee. Anyway, I'll do a separate video about that if you actually wanted to become an ambassador. But for now, let's just go through what I do in the morning. So this is the main cleanser, which is, for me, it's very light. It's not too sort of thick. You just rub it in slightly. Don't need to leave it on very much. And you don't need a huge amount. Forgot to put my hairband on. Should we start with that? I just get a very simple hairband just to hold my hair back, and then I put it all over. It smells like a spa. I don't know if anyone's been to Center Parcs. There's this spa experience where there's loads of different like rooms that you can go into. This is exactly what it smells like. It's just really nice. And then I try and go right down to my neck as well. And then ta-da. Now obviously you can do this in your bathroom because it'll be easier, because you're going to wash it off with like warm water, and then I turn mine to sort of cold water. So the warm water is going to open the pores, get all the dirt out and clean. And then the cold water is going to basically seal it all up again, which I can't do here, but I have got my warm water bowl at least. And one thing that they give you, which I love, are these lovely bamboo cloths. I've probably got about 3 or 4 of these. So sometimes if I make a purchase, or I make a purchase for a customer, they will send like little gifts and stuff as well. And this is one of them, which is quite nice. So just rinse that out. I'm going to take that off now. Leave that by. After I've done my full morning regime, I will be using this just to show you as well, because it's also great for your hands. I mean, it is for your whole body, but mainly for me, it's my back, my hands. And I don't know if anyone also gets like rough skin on the back of their arms. It's almost like, it's not spots, but it feels bumpy. And I've had that for a long time. And this just, the body smooth. It does what it says it does. It just smooths your body. And this one smells absolutely amazing as well. Now we're moving on to the toners. You can see here, one has a top just like that you dab onto your fingers. Or you have one that's a spray bottle. I prefer the spray bottle in the morning because I kind of want to be woken up, but at night time when I want to calm down, I don't want to be spraying anything in my face. But for now, it's lovely. So I just do about 4, and then you just wait until that sort of soaks in. So this is the Morning Mist Soothing Toning Essence with avocado milk, aloe vera juice and tiger grass extract. So obviously, where have you gone now? Oh, I've lost it. Oh, I've left it over there, hold on. In my kit, you also get given one of these, and this is for the ambassador because it has absolutely everything in it, including all of the ingredients as well. You have different ones for the customers. Otherwise, there's just far too much information for the customers and it gets a bit confusing. So I'm going to try and find, here we go, I think this is it. Yes, the Morning Mist here. So it's soothing, repairing and softening. Multitasking magic. Can be used as a softening toner, a leave-on essence. And then just for preference, I will be doing this one at night time as well. You've also got the juicy greens. So those are the 2 different ones. Now we have the moisturisers. There are actually 3 different ones. I've got 2 here at the moment. 2 of them are quite thick and I tend to use those for the nighttime one, whereas my favourite for the morning is Fresh Waves. it's just a little bit thinner, and for me it goes on a little bit better. Skin Dream, I would definitely be using that one at night time. And this one has blueberry seed extract, and it smells, well, it smells like blueberries. This one, because it's quite thin, you don't need a huge amount. And this was the other thing, when I used other products when I was younger, they just used very sort of fake smelling perfume kind of smells. It didn't smell like anything natural. You know when you smell something like, oh, that smells like orange or something in particular, I would smell these and be like, I don't know what this is. I think they're trying to make it smell nice, but it's just too overpowering. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to leave that for about 5 minutes to really soak into my skin, and then we're going to use one of the serums. There are loads of different serums, and these are actually my favourite part, but these are just the two main ones that I like to use in the morning. So, pardon me, Glowberry is the one that I'm going to be using today, but you've also got Rainforest Dew. Now these are very potent, as in they're very strong. So if you're not used to using natural products, your skin might need to purge all the other crap basically first before it gets used to actually having some natural stuff on. So I recommend only maybe using 3 drops, whereas I use probably about 5 to 6 drops now, and my skin just laps it up basically. The only thing with this one is it does leave a slightly sticky dew left behind, which I don't mind at all. But if you're going somewhere on, like, I don't know, a date during the day, and you know that maybe your partner's going to be caressing or touching your face, you might not want something sticky, so I would recommend then going for the Rainforest Dew. So let's have a look at this one. Brightening Serum, Vitamin C, Super Berries and Kangaroo Paw Flower Extract. I'm going to also find that in here so we can read about it a little bit more. I also like the fact that they're always bringing out new things, as in, like, if there's Easter or Christmas. The Christmas one last year was absolutely fantastic. Oh, is that Glowberry? Yes, here we are. Who? For mature, lackluster and uneven skin. Am I mature? Have I got mature skin? Well, I'm on my way there, let's just say. It says what? It brightens complexions to bring vitality and glow back into the skin. The why behind the product. In 2018, Susie took part in the Virgin Strive Challenge, mountain climbing, cycling and hiking for a month. Exposure to the sun caused skin pigmentation, and inspiration for Glowberry struck. A serum that reduces the appearance of and prevents dark spots from forming, something all of us can benefit from. How to enjoy. Onto freshly cleansed skin. Gently press 3 to 6 drops day or night. For sensitive skin, alternate usage. So this is the other thing. I think I've got about 7 different serums, and I now know what my skin feels like at night time or in the morning. And therefore I now know, oh, I feel like that one today, or I've had a bit of a breakout, I need the spot prevention one. But today, I'm not really doing much today, but I know that I will be going out in the sun, so I'm definitely going to be using this one. For me, I just like to dab it on first. You can just leave it like that, but I do like to just very gently smooth it in. I always like to take a smell, because they always smell really, really lovely. And again, you know, not too strong, which is what I like. And that is it for my morning routine. I will also go through the Rainforest one. Here it is, look. Yeah, Rainforest Dew. Who? Whether dehydrated, dry or super sensitive, no skincare routine is complete without this powerful hydrator. What? Providing all your customers' skin hydration needs, this lightweight serum keeps complexions looking and feeling cushiony, soft 24/7. And the why behind this product. What has Susie learned over the years about the not too secret key to successful skincare? Hydration. Water is essential for skin health. So she wanted to harness this power for your customers with a super hydrating dose of botanical extracts and reparative plant peptides from the world's tropical rainforests. Drawing inspiration from Korean beauty trends to create a serum that floods skin with hydration, leaving it looking glassy and dewy, Rainforest Dew is soothing and lightweight and transforms parched complexions to bring a fresh face dewiness that lasts. So also for me, that was quite important is, you might buy products from a company, but who's in charge of the company? Who's the boss? You never really know. And I think that's what I quite like about Tropic, is the fact that Susie Ma is not a faceless company. She went on to this TV program. I've actually rewatched that one now that she's in, and it's actually really interesting to see. And also they have these like Tropic Glammy Awards, which my sister went to last year. Lord Sugar was there talking, obviously Susie Ma was there, and I think for her, she was like, it was so nice because it felt included, it felt like a family, and of course all the ambassadors were all in one room, which I think would be absolutely fantastic. So I'm definitely going to be going this year if I get the tickets in time, fingers crossed. But also I was looking for a company that wasn't just trying to make loads of money. I wanted them to be ethical. I wanted them to obviously think about, the world. And I think I have got some of it written here. Yeah, she's involved with quite a lot of charities, and obviously, I like the sea and I like the sea animals. So her sun lotion is safe for the waters and it is safe for the animals. Because that was the other thing that none of us even thought about. I hadn't thought about years ago, when you're slapping on all this horrible, greasy, really thick sun cream and going swimming in the oceans. Well, all of that stuff is mostly going to be taken off into the water. So I like the fact that Susie sat down and was like, well, let's change that. Why not change that? And so I've actually got the sun cream downstairs, and it's not greasy, goes on really, really nicely. And actually it's one that I'm happy to use on my face. I've always been particular with sun cream on the face, especially when it used to smell really bad and it would just stick on like a mask. But this one, yeah, absolutely love it. She's also helping at the Great Barrier Reef for all the corals that are obviously dying. That was actually close to my heart because I went scuba diving at the Great Barrier Reef, oh gosh, 10 years ago. And everyone said, you're going to see some beautiful colours and it's going to look amazing. And for me, it was brown. It was very disheartening and very sad to see, oh, what's going on here? One of the people on the boat said, well, unfortunately, they're dying. So I'm really happy that she was involved in that. And I think one of the Christmas gifts that came out had a lovely coral reef on the front that meant anyone who bought that, a percentage would be going to this charity. And she's obviously, it says here, vegan and cruelty-free, sustainably sourced, listed in English and the traditional INCI, from tropical regions around the globe to provide high antioxidant and nutritional benefits. I'm going to find out the other charities, which I think, here we are, right at the beginning. Here we go. Helping others is at the heart of what we do, from providing your customers with products that they love and the option to make environmentally conscious decisions to supporting our ambassador family. It's also present in our United World Schools partnership. Every £50 spent at Tropic funds education for children around the world. We've raised over 5 million days of education and opened 2 fully funded schools in Nepal and Cambodia, with another soon to be open in Madagascar. We support the Trussell Trust, who provide a network of UK-wide food banks, by donating the profits of our Keep It Clean and Calm Balm. We've raised over £175,000 so far. We regularly support the Winnie Mabaso Foundation, haven't heard of that one, in South Africa, who help vulnerable women and orphan children, particularly those affected by HIV and AIDS, since 2017. We've donated over £300,000. So again, for me, I thought, not only a company that's just got some really amazing products that actually worked for the skin, but she's really wanting to be conscious of, you know, how she's leaving the world. And it sounds like she wants to leave it in a much better place. Also here, for me, I know it sounds a bit like, this is very exciting. Carbon neutral brand, Glamour Beauty Powerlist Awards 2021. So, carbon neutral, we double offset our emissions through global conservation products. Certified vegan and cruelty-free, we stand with the Vegan Society now and always. Protect Land Plus Sea certified, our sun care is completely reef and marine life safe. A zero waste to landfill company since 2009. Zero waste. Another company said, we won't be able to do that. Independently endorsed and ethically accredited by the Good Shopping Guide, scoring 100 out of 100 on the Ethical Accreditation Index. Plus, thanks to your help, we've planted for our very first tropic forest with Forestry England. I mean, honestly, the list goes on and on as to what they're doing. Obviously, quite a lot of the bottles are refillable, and they've got this new balloon technology, which I think works for sort of the bigger things like the hand cream or your hand soap pumps. And obviously the hand soap goes into it and the balloon expands, and then the more that you use it, it just goes. And I think you keep that little balloon, or no, you send that balloon back, you keep the bottle, and then they just replace or they refill that one. And of course you get a little bit of money off because you've already got the bottle. So I like the fact she's always sort of trying to think, what else can we do? How can we better this? You know, what else can we put our money in to help people? So it was an absolute no-brainer when my sister said, you know, well, I'm an ambassador and I've been doing it for a year. Why don't you do it? And I thought, yeah, that's a really good idea. Why not? So how it sort of works is people hold parties. You know, you might have your friends round and they might invite some other people. For me, my friends were all over the place. And because I'm a little bit younger, I don't have children, that wasn't really going to work for me. For my sister, you know, she obviously met lots of other people at the schools that her children went to, and so she made friends there, and then they had friends and blah, blah, blah. So for me, my network was going to be slightly different. And so that's when I started doing sort of like fairs and festivals. And actually my sister has been able to come along and help me with that. I find it's more beneficial with the customers that they can actually see, feel and use the products. You can't do that on a shop floor, can you? Oh, I'd just like to use all of these products right now. Sometimes they have testers, but probably not for something quite like this. You know, they're like teeny tiny testers, and their sell by date is slightly different. I'm going to be using this lovely Body Smooth. So I'm going to try, see if we can get up. Yeah, that's definitely, that definitely smells like an entire spa in one jar. And you put this actually on dry skin. I'm not going to use too much. I'm going to use just a little bit. It feels a little bit like salt, but very smooth salt. I'm just going to rub it in all over. And then, where did I put my bowl? Here it is. Then you put water on, and that's when the magic starts happening. You think that you're just sort of washing off those little bits and pieces, but actually you're moisturising those into the skin and they start to melt. And then you just start to feel your skin getting ridiculously soft. And it feels wonderful. Don't know if you can sort of see. It leaves a very thin kind of oily residue, and that's obviously what is making your skin super, super soft. And what I like about it is that when you take it off, as in dry, I try not to scrub dry. You just sort of pat it dry, it's still super soft, but it's not leaving a thick oily substance left behind. You know, sometimes things that feel greasy, it doesn't feel greasy, it just feels really soft, and it feels like you've gone and had a really expensive spa treatment with actually without having to actually go and do that. So also this is one of my favourite products, and I definitely recommend it if you've actually gone to have a back massage and they've put oil on your back. For me, if I don't immediately come home and use this, I will break out in spots the next day, because it might be like a rosehip oil, or it might have been coconut oil, and those are the types of ones that just sit on my skin. And then if I leave it by the next day, it will soak into all my pores, and then I'll just get a horrible breakout. So yeah, as soon as I get home, I use this, wash it all off, and it feels absolutely fantastic. So this one here, I don't know if you can see at the bottom, these are actually pictures of my hands. So for those of you who have followed me for a while, you'll know that I suffered from eczema for quite a long time. And when I was doing all of my hair videos and stuff, you know, it was awful because it was just absolutely everywhere. So that was one thing that I mentioned to my sister. You know, I was like, oh, do you think there's anything that I could use, you know, for my hands or anything? And the Tamanu balm, which I will put up here, which is also this one here. It's a green colour. It's nice and thick, and I use that pretty much every day on my skin. I also use the other Tropic hand cream, and I do sometimes use this as well. It just helped to take away the itchiness, because I was changing my gut health. I was changing my diet slightly by putting lots of good things in, but my skin wasn't getting as better as quickly because the itch was still there, and I was itching at night time. I was making it bleed at night time, which is awful because then you don't even know that you're doing it. And so my skin wasn't even getting a chance to heal. And when I started using the Tamanu balm, it was just calming it down. And after about 3 to 4 weeks, I really noticed that I wasn't touching it. I wasn't even, you know, my mum used to say, when you're thinking, Lucy, you go straight to start itching. And I wasn't doing that, which I was really pleased about. So when I started using that cream, I thought, oh, what else is there? So yeah, then I started using this, which was also really helpful, because a lot of the products I used to use when I was younger would just be irritating. It would be alcohol based, or it would have perfume in, and that would just flare it up and make it worse. So when that started to really go down and being less red, that's when I thought, oh, maybe these products actually do work. I'm going to use it for the rest of my face. I mean, I don't know if you can see, I've been using this stuff for probably over a year now, and I hardly have any breakouts on my face. I might get like one spot every now and again, but I used to get like little clusters here and there, but I don't get them anymore because I'm now feeding my skin. You feed your stomach, so why don't you feed your skin? So anyway, yes, that is that for today, for my little Tropic adventure. I obviously will be coming back with loads of different things about Tropic. I will definitely do my evening one where I like to set the scene. There is an amazing massage candle that I got because I was an ambassador this year, but that was actually just a free gift for us, and I like to have that glowing in the background. Sometimes I might have an audiobook. I'm currently doing Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice at the moment, and then yeah, I just have my little spa evening, and it's just the most relaxing thing ever. And I say to everyone, well, who I live with, no one's allowed upstairs, I'm just having my spa evening. I just need 10 minutes and then you can come back up again. But I think we all need that 10 minutes to ourselves, and lots of people don't know what to do in that 10 minutes. You know, they have a list of have a bath, read a book, you know, bake something. Sometimes that relaxes people. But when you've exhausted all of that, you are left thinking, oh, what else can I do? Whereas this is something your skin needs every night. And it's not something that I get bored of because there are so many different things I can use. Obviously, there are face masks that I use at night time as well. So I might not, you know, I might skip out a few of these bits and pieces that I won't need. And as I said, there are so many different serums that I absolutely love to use. And if anyone's interested, or they have some skin issues and problems and you have no idea where to start or what would benefit you, please feel free to email me. I'll put my Tropic email down below. And if you did want to purchase anything, all you'd need to do is go onto the main website. They will ask for what is your ambassador's ID number, and I'll also put that down below as well. But as I said, please feel free to email me just with any questions, because sometimes going on a beauty website, there's so many different products and it can get a bit confusing. So yeah, if you just have like one problem or issue you really want to sort out, let me know. Okay, well, I should probably go and actually get up now and maybe put a hairbrush through my hair. But at least my face is officially done for the morning. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their week, and I'll be back soon.